Hello everyone, my name is Griff, and today we are going to be going over the new version update. Now, this is version update 2.7.0, and it will be available on April 26th at approximately 11 o'clock p.m., but it most of you will probably get it the day after on the 27th, and that will have an automatic update 24 hours later before the update is first available. When you update, you'll be able to play co-op with people only on that version, so you have to make sure that you're updated to play with some people, but some people won't be able to play with you. But after the 27th, that won't really be an issue because everyone will automatically be on the same version, and as with every update, we'll get a 10-fold summon voucher. However, this 10-fold summon voucher won't be distributed until 2.7 is out for everyone. So pretty basic stuff just for the start of this, but one of the big things that's part of this version update that we're going to go over right now is the see what loadout work best with suggested teams. Suggested teams, a feature that allows players to browse and copy team loadouts that others have used to successfully clear certain quests will be added. Data on the teams that were used in these quests will be recorded, and the top performers will be made available for everyone's reference. So you can see, if we scroll down here, you can kind of see what they're talking about here, where you have this sort of suggested team button here, right over here, and then you kind of see how the teams are shown in this section, and then you can copy them and put them onto teams. So when copying a team loadout, dragons, adventures, weapons, and worm prints will be copied with their current upgrades, regardless of whether or not the upgrades differ from those displayed on certain layouts. For example, if the suggested team contains an adventurer who is promoted to 5-star, but your version of them is 4-star, then your team will still have the 4-star version. So, essentially, I was on the subreddit and I saw someone talking about sharing teams with team codes, and basically the way this would work is that you would put in a code and it would have a team combined to it, and it would tell you, like, here's the best you can do with the team that is put in. So example, if I wanted to share this team that I have right here, which this is my Auto Master Tartarus team, you guys could go on the preferred teams and maybe see this team, or maybe in the future at some point I could give you a code for this exact team and you could just copy it down. But let's say you only have a 50 or a 40 Unbound Juliet, then it would just put the 40 Unbound Juliet in your team. It wouldn't bring them up to 70 Unbound, it would just bring them up to the whatever Unbound you already have them. So basically you just get the template for the team, and then you can upgrade everything so that it is equal to whatever team you're trying to copy here. It says that it will be used on the following: Advanced Dragon Trials, Standard, Expert, and Master Agito Uprising, Morsiaty's Reckoning, and Loathsome Crossing Shadow. And additional quests will be made available in the future. So basically, all endgame content this will be added to. Pretty cool. I think it will help a lot of players be able to find out what units are good, because I don't think Dragalia doesn't really tell you what units are useful in the game as a whole. It really focuses on what units you like, and it doesn't really explain why units are good at all. So this will kind of help people see really what units are popular in the meta-wise, if that's something they're interested in. If they can't, find a YouTube channel, or can't get on Reddit, or can't get on Discord, they can be able to get this information easier. It's much similar to how they added a lot of the things that were on the wiki into the game notes, so that people could find out that information much easier, and they also added the damage mods to the skills so people could find it easier. This is kind of a similar thing, where basically what's popular will be known to everyone, which is pretty good. The next big huge thing is that the stamina cost for the following quest will be reduced, and it's basically everything. It doesn't say it's basically everything pre like Agito and Lilith. So it says main current plays special events, void battles, trials, and the mighty raid event, limited time events such as onslaught and defensive events, time attack challenges including void battles, imperial onslaught, and advanced dragon trials, excluding equivalents of the Agito uprising, and then all of the events in the compendium and the avenue to power, avenue to fortune, elemental ruins, and then challenge quests such as dragon trials, the imperial onslaught, and advanced dragon trials. So it doesn't say how many it will be reduced by or what the reduction will be, but basically on the morning of the 28th, everything that you're probably grinding other than the Agito Uprising and Lilith will be cheaper to grind. Your dailies will be cheaper, your doing your missions every week will be cheaper. If you're trying to do the high dragon trials every day and you only have a certain amount, or you're trying to get a certain weapon bonus, it should become much easier to do it. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't decrease the Agito Uprising, but I think what they want to do with this is they want to stagger the amount of stamina per difficulty, and they really see the Advanced Dragon Trials at this point as a stepping off point before the Agito Uprising. So if I had to guess, I would presume that the Agito Uprising will be the premier endgame content for a while, and then Lilith's Encroaching Shadow will take over it in a sense, but really, they're building it up as if you build the Agito Uprising for weapons, and the High Dragon Trials you build for weapons, but High Dragon weapons are worse than Agito weapons. And then you take those and you go complete Lilith to get Worm Prince. And I'm hoping that at some point in the future they add a third one to that, where it's something like an adventure or a dragon or something like that. I really want Dragalia to have some sort of grindable character. I think it would be really cool, for example, if we got like the playable Agito Uprising as characters, but you had to clear, Volk's Wrath 200 times in order to get a fully powered up Volk, and then you have Volk that you can use as an adventure, and he'd have certain perks in that fight or something. It'd be pretty cool to see something like that. This is kind of rambling, but the main focus of this is that they're streamlining the stamina use so that you use less stamina just in general in the game. So pretty good if you have a lot of honey like I do. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, again, this doesn't include the Agito Uprising and Lilith, so those two won't be affected, but everything else will be. So it's still a pretty good trade. But that's most of it. It's mostly just this feature of the teams and the stamina recovery, but there are some other things that we're going to see. Players will be able to use looking glasses in the treasure trade starting on the 28th. I don't know exactly what they're going to do for this. It's possible that things that, like, you could trade them for other forms of, like, unlocking things. Me personally, at this moment, I don't know how many, let's see, I have 59, and I have 4 stories unread, which means that I'll have 55 looking glasses. So it's kind of up in the air whether or not that will be affecting, like, me a lot. It really depends on what you're trading for. It's kind of an open-ended statement. It's just saying that you can use them to trade, and it also doesn't say if you're trading for them. So it's possible that you could get more. You could trade another resource for them. It's all really up in the air for me, and I don't know exactly how they're going to, balance it out or see what we're going to get. Pretty interesting. The presentation of the combo count information that the user interface will be improved. The speed of which the incrementing number of hits combo count reaches the actual number will be made faster, and a bar will indicate the combo will reset. So pretty cool. You actually see when your combo will run out, and I believe this is done so that overdamage, which basically makes all your attacks hit multiple times, is actually calculated correctly. This will be useful for a lot of daggers, because a lot of daggers have things where it's like, if you have a combo of 25 hits or more, you get this. If flurry strength, for example, it's just good UI change. So I'm pretty happy about it. And then it says the user interface will be adjusted in various places. They say this like every time. I don't know what it will mean this time. One of the times it was changing the way that team loadout looks. So, for example, this button didn't used to be here. Used to just be a one switch, but now that there's 3 things, they changed it as 3 and it has a proper button, and it says what your page you're on right here. So it could literally be any number of things that they change. It really is up to them at this point, so we won't know that for a while, and even after the point we might not even know it. And then we have a quality of life improvement, which says the amount of skip tickets that we use in runs will be increased from 10 to 30. Pretty good. I was hoping this would happen since we're getting 400 tickets instead of 20. Or, sorry, not 400 instead of 200. So being able to use 30 at a time is really a lot. And it's much easier to grind things at a time. I don't have to go in multiple times. I wish they would just let us do like up to 99 at a time, and just be like, go at it if you have the stamina. Because there's really no point. Like if I have the honey and I have the skip tickets and I want to do a quest 90 times with skip tickets, I'm just gonna do it. So there's no point in limiting this, but this does make it quite faster, just in general. And then we have some sort of issues fixed with helper skills with AMs and total damage for Joker and Joker, Mona, Pantha, and Sophie. Granted drain buff, their attack personas will not gain the buff. Just little things like that. I can't see much of anything that would be important or an indication of the future, but pretty good. There's no other note other than the gift other than the 10 Fulton voucher. So that's all we're gonna get this time. So All in all, a pretty decent update, a pretty fast update. It's not going to affect me as a player too much because I'm really on the cutting edge of grinding when it comes to this game. So Agito Uprising and Lilith and Christening Shadow, those are the two things I'm really grinding. As far as the other stuff, it will help me in a daily sense, but I don't really know how much it will help me in another way. So that's going to be it for me going over the version update. However, I just want to point out that there is going to be the next chapter of the Man campaign coming soon, and it will be releasing on the 22nd. So not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow it will be releasing. I will make a video over my impressions once I beat it, and that will be a spoiler video, so if you're not caught up in the story, you shouldn't watch it, because obviously you shouldn't watch it. But I'm just going to go over my impressions. I'm really looking forward to this chapter, so hopefully it'll be good. But that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.